So, welcome back to Grangemouth for the Forth Valley Open. We have cut across after seeing the leaders on hole 7, and we are now at hole 13. Matt Noble, who is currently tied second, is heading up to the tee as we speak. This is the hole that we saw as we headed up to hole 7 for those that were watching earlier. And you were able to see across to the high tee point where we saw Ali Dick teeing off across the bushes, the trees. You can see it from this angle. You see the gap in the trees at the top of the hill there. That is the tee. So the group just heading up to tee off just now. While they head up, I just wanted to give you a quick glimpse into what is coming up a bit later on this year. Their FIFG 250, which takes place later on at Murray's Hall. So it is an absolutely stunning venue that is up at Murray's Hall, which I know there are loads of players really excited to try and play. A brand new course for this year. Also, that weekend we will have the annual awards night take place at the end of the season, where all the awards will be presented for the season standings. So definitely one not to miss for anyone who wants to play or go and watch, certainly. And of course the awards night is open for anyone to attend as well. FIFG 250, so big points in terms of what Scotland can offer in terms of the World Tour. So looking up to the tee, here we come. I think this is Darren Cleary. Nicely safe and down. I'm tucking in at the behind the trees here where we were looking across and could see hole 12. It's a bit windy coming across the reservoir. My worry more than anything else was that we would only hear the wind. Next up, Gavin Craig. Thank you very much, Leslie. We are always aiming to try and provide as much coverage as we can at all our events, whenever one, signals allow for it, and two, someone's available to provide you the information. So that was Matt Noble, who is currently sitting, I believe, actually now tied third, unless that has changed. Samantha, you're right, it really is a nice course. Grangemouth is one of the ones that was a favourite last year. It didn't quite scoop up the top course award, but it was pretty close in taking that one. A favourite for lots of the foot golfers. These guys just coming back down. We can see how they've all gotten down nicely. Lots of players stuck either behind the bushes that we see on the left-hand side or in that really rough area with the gorse, the bushes, the trees, everything in behind the trees that we see just on the right-hand side in front of where the players are teeing off. So if we pan round, we can see where they're heading. So where we see the bunker, the hole is at the other side of that. Players mainly playing up to the right-hand side of the bunker, giving them a nice, easier putt in from the right towards the flag as we see it from this angle. Work our way down. By this point, yeah, it should be coming to bound to where they are just now. Well, Morrison. Let's say aiming to try and go around the right-hand side of the bunker. Not oval. Going to get himself up roughly in line with where Will just got. Gavin Craig, longer hit coming in there, going far to the right, avoiding the hill that we can see this side of the fairway here at the edge of the bunker. And Dan Cleary's ball just rolled that one that we see second from the left. So lined up nicely across the fairway. All aiming to come in this angle. Coming round tight on the bend, curling round. It's the right line and really not far away. And in from up.
Oh, we seem to bob different around.
So here comes Gavin Craig playing off to the left, leaving himself a longer putt. Gavin Cleary playing to the right as we see it. Probably a smoother putt than Gavin has. Gavin. No problem. And nicely finished for Darren. So these guys heading on up to 14. 14 a hole that was given players a bit of bother with earlier with the wind. Wind hill right down 14, lots of players off the back. We shall head back and see who is coming through next. Haven't seen anybody head up to the tee on this hole yet, so might be happening around on 12. If the wind's died then a little bit, we might be able to get round and see that. Will be just a moment on getting there. So that there, a little glimpse into what lots of these players are aiming to be at next year. Orlando for the FIFG World Cup. Scotland's team will be going. It all just depends on who will be joining Captain Joe McCourt, who is in this group, to head across for the event. We're looking at a lot of players all taking part, nations all over the world. It really is the ultimate event of foot golf, which is why there is every reason every one of these players would love to be in that Scotland team on the plane heading for Orlando. So, Scotland captain Joe in this group heading up to the tee just now. Also joined by David Quigley, Mick Early and Chris McEwen. We did see these guys earlier. We first went live when these guys were on the 5th. So after these guys, we will join the ladies for a couple of hits. The leading ladies, Cheryl McIntosh was leading the last I saw at the leaderboard. So Joe McCourt first to tee off, rolling down the middle here. That is some shot. Back up we have Mick Early next. Again, big hits coming out of Mick Early. Ball coming straight down towards us here. David quickly. Excuse all the sirens in the background if the mics are picking that up. That is some hit from David quickly. And last up, we have Chris McEwen teeing off. Oh, Chris just catching the edges of those bushes, which has really put the brakes on for him. So these guys coming on down. We shall go around and see if it's calm enough for us to see the ladies on 12. Just round here, and we are just in time to see Cheryl McIntosh for a long putt. Oh, this is in, long putt, and it goes. Suddenly realising she's on camera. Sheila next. You may be able to tell from the wind on the mics. It's really quite windy blowing up here. You can see it in the flag. So we also have Laura Thompson over here. It is going to roll back down to where she is, fortunately. No, not quite. I'm going to turn the mic off so that you haven't got the wind blasting right through. So Kelly just off the hole, finishing off. Back to Laura. Shooting off to the left. So heading round, we'll tuck ourselves back in round behind the trees, which is giving us a little windbreak. Apologies there, the mic probably taken over by the wind for that minute. Now the ladies' tee on hole 13 is not the big one at the top. They have a ladies' tee just on the top of what we see as a fairway ahead of the bushes there. Just a minute, the ladies will get up there. We'll see them on this hole. And then we have the seniors behind that. And at the back of the seniors, we'll join back up with the leading gents. And overall, so Cheryl first off the tee. Here she comes. Going towards us. Next up, we've got Kelly Menzies. Kelly playing, well, just catching the edge of the rough on the far side there ahead of the bushes. But still getting good roll distance down the fairway. Sheila up next. So Sheila getting good distance down too, and Laura last off. Laura always giving herself the big hits down. So Cheryl off to the right, keeping herself in tight to the edge. We'll aim to come further out, way out into the middle of the fairway on our next shot. We've got Sheila at the back there with the yellow, Laura ahead of us, and then off to the left we have Kelly lined up to go right down the middle of the fairway, avoiding that bunker that we saw and aiming to go around the right hand side of it. So Cheryl up first, next shot. So bringing herself much further to the right as she plays, the left as we see. Giving herself the line to come across around the bunker to the hole. Comes Sheila. Then we'll have Laura. We're missing Sheila's ball coming around there. And then Kelly aiming to come right down the middle here. Just like that. Go. So we can then see if we come round to the angle these players have coming in for the hole. So Cheryl furthest to our left, giving herself possibly the best line in, straight across. We've then got Laura, then Kelly at the back. At the back we have Sheila. The bunker just to the right there of where Cheryl's ball has come up. Cheryl giving herself a putt up. Sheila will be up next. Sheila will be playing to the left as we see it, aiming to come up around that bunker. Yep. Aiming to come up over here so that she can then putt across. There is a little bump ridge that goes up between us and the ball there. Laura up next. Possibly going to try and cut over the edge. Yeah. Curl around. And Kelly last to come and join us up here at the hole. There we go. Coming up nice beside it. So Sheila shooting across. It's not the easiest of putt, playing across the little mound. Here we are. Up the mound and then rolling off to the right as we see it. Pull it in. Should have gone off to the right. And in for 5 for Cheryl. Oh, Kelly gone off right. So there we go. 2 4s, 2 5s for the ladies. Yeah. So we are just currently having a wander up. We're going to head up to 14, which you'll see is the next hole for the ladies. Then we'll hand back and see the seniors and their leading group come through. And then after that, we'll be joining a back up with their leading group, and we will follow them in then to the end, and hopefully have the winner coming through. So it'll just take us a moment to walk through the 14. 14 as a hole that there was quite a bit of difficulty with earlier in round one. The hole sits at the back of golf green, and then from there the hill goes down towards the first tee. And you can see the men's tee over to the left hand side there. We are obviously going to go and join the ladies on the ladies tee, which is to the right here. And you can see in the distance there the group ahead of us on the green. This is how it looks for the ladies. Teeing off from here. The wind seems to have settled down a bit since this morning. It's not quite as wild. So hopefully players are having a bit of an easier time playing off the green across, or playing over the green to the hole. We pan round, we'll see the ladies just coming up behind us here. Looking forward to hole 14. Sheila first off the tee. Next up we've got Laura. Sigh of relief there for his ball. Very close to Sheila's as it went past. Potential for the hit. So next up, Cheryl on the tee. Last up of the ladies group here, we have Kelly. Ahead. Cheryl has had always interesting going around with some of the groups, hearing the different ideas and different ways that players play different holes. Some players looking to try and keep right, some players try and keep left. Obviously, whether they're right-footed or left-footed adds to that decision making. But this hole, most players' first shot is just to get as far down really as they can. And then on the second shot, that's when they're aiming to try and get up to the right-hand side of the golf green. Or the gents. Ladies aiming to try and get really up to this side of the green. Aiming for kind of the centre of the green. Then giving them the shot across to the hole. Sheila's next shot. Just marking Kelly and Cheryl. Sheila's aiming to the left-hand side, giving the line across to the hole. Laura right out onto the green, left-hand side, giving her the line across as well. Next up we'll have Kelly. Kelly keeping to the right, able to get around the hill from the bunker at the angle she's coming in. Nicely lined up. Cheryl looking to go for a similar line, keeping tight to the bottom of the hill. Kelly, Cheryl up next. Cheryl got a bit more left than had originally planned. So now looking across to Sheila, playing across the green to the hole at the right-hand side, back right-hand side of the green. Nicely up there. Sheila. Oh, nicely done. Shut up, over. Lined up nice. And into. So ladies finished on hole 14. So they are going to head on round. From here, we have to go across the road a wee bit and round the front of the clubhouse where hole 15, 16, 17, and 18 head round. 18 finished in the front of the clubhouse. So we'll hang back and see our seniors come through here. Very breezy, so we'll probably see the seniors here and then head across the road as well in time to see them go through and have their gents, and we will finish across the road with the gents coming around the last few holes. Seniors on the tee just now. Looks like we have John Jury first to tee off. Hit from John. You can see him on down. This is Donny McKenzie's next shot. Donny gone off to the left as we see up the hill. Probably going to burn around and back down, bring him more in line with where John's ball is. Gav Howe teeing off next. Gav keeping to the right as we see it. Landed himself nicely in the middle of the fairway. And Colin Murray last to tee off in this group. Similar line to John Jury, if I'm rightly. Going to finish up over beside Don and John. See here, you can see the line in between the tee and the flag with the big bunker mound coming in, which is why the players are playing over to the right hand side here as we see it, giving them the line up from here. You can see how windy it is in the flag there. Earlier, we had a lot of players tapping shots across, the wind carrying them down off the back towards the first tee. Then have to play back up and over. So these shots, probably going to see Donny, Colin and John aim across the fairway, getting themselves down to this side. Wind picking up. Here comes John Jury, playing over to the right hand side, giving him the line in, around the bunker, up to the flag. Shall give you a chance to avoid this wind just now. Don't need to taking a more direct approach in the bunker, I think, just on the other side of the mound here. Next up, oh no, actually, Donny is outside the bunker. Colin playing direct, going to roll off the hill across the green here. So, first of my apologies, I got two shots round the wrong way. Donny is actually across on the right and John Jury on the left. Donny playing across the green, using the hill backs up here. Giving a harder shot. Less risk of disappearing down the hill that's on my left here. John up with a tricky shot. Apologies, they're not sure if it continued playing on your end. It froze slightly on mine. Just as John took his shot. And Colin, so lining up. So, seniors all finished on hole 14 and heading across to carry on across the road on 15. I say apologies there, it kind of froze up on our side there, not too sure why. It may have continued to play on your end. John did come across and then in for 4. So we've got a bit of a gap here now, so the leaders join us up on 14. So we'll head off just now and we will rejoin again with the leaders and we will then follow them until they are finished the rest of the round. So make sure you keep an eye on the page and we will be back very, very soon.